What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Bremen, aka Allfires. Now, I want to start this video by acknowledging that there is definitely a rift in the industry insider community. Over the last couple of weeks, and in the wake of Jonathan Majors officially being fired from Marvel as Kang the Conqueror, we have trusted sources we've re-reported on here at the channel, and that have a proven track record saying completely different things about what Marvel Studios plans to do in the future. Some say that Doom is going to replace Kang and have even started talking about his casting, while others, like the industry insider we're covering today in Daniel RPK, has been saying that Kang would be a recast, but the character would not be abandoned by Marvel Studios, and this was even months before the trial took place. Now here we are post-trial and months later, and a recast of Kang is exactly what would need to happen if Marvel Studios plans on keeping that character involved in any way in the multiverse saga, and Daniel Richtman has weighed in now with the first official name we're hearing that Marvel Studios is looking towards for a possible recast for that character. We're going to break down that name, what he's done. I'm also going to talk about the Kang recast in general, because I think there are a host of problems, some of which are not being openly discussed, that may stand between Marvel and making that recast even possible, and quite frankly, I also have an opinion that it's not even necessary. We're breaking down the first name that has now emerged as a possible candidate to take the place of Jonathan Majors as Kang in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. In fact, we just announced a brand new winner this morning, and we're giving another one away in just a week or so when Echo drops on Disney+. So again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this, according to industry insider Daniel Richtman, you can follow him over on Twitter at RPK News, has revealed that although he calls it, quote, still early days, he has heard that Colman Domingo is one actor that's been brought up as an option to replace Jonathan Majors as Kang. Now, based on the body of work that he's done, he has done a ton of TV shows and movies, been nominated for awards. This is believable, but I think the bigger story and in context is that Daniel Richtman has been saying a recast would be on the table the entire time, and now he's actually providing names that he's hearing might actually take the role. Now, if there's truth to this, we're going to continue to hear names in the coming weeks. There's going to be a rumor mill surrounding that casting as well with the Fantastic Four, and then especially when the Hollywood trades pick up the fact if they actually start contacting these actors, well, like you saw here real recently. And even though nothing is official yet, the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, all the mainstream trades wanted to report on Pedro Pascal possibly signing. So where there's smoke, there's fire, and if we continue to hear names coming up for this role, then it's almost assured Kang will be in some part in the future of the MCU. Now, I think one of the huge obstacles between Marvel Studios casting the right actor for this role is I think a lot of actors are going to be quick not to want it. Don't get me wrong, and I said this in a previous video, yes, it's Hollywood, there's going to be a lot of money attached. If they're willing to go far enough down the list, they'll find someone who will want to take it, but I think for a lot of reasons, including the fact that Jonathan Majors should not have been fired as Kang, is going to stand between an actor taking that job and the kind of actor that Marvel Studios wants to land. Now, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they'll be able to find someone and it won't be a problem at all, but as we saw, and immediately when Jonathan Boyega's concept art started showing up as Kang, he immediately weighed in on social media and said no, he did not want the job. A lot of actors have been turning down Disney and Marvel for a whole host of other reasons, including pay, commitment, etc. When you just add this level of complication on top, I think there's a lot of reasons actors that they would want, the kind of quality of actor they would want, would take one look at the Kang the Conqueror role and say, nope, just too complicated, I don't want it. Doesn't matter how much money, no thanks. And that might be a possibility. We'll start hearing that as well going forward if that ends up becoming too complicated. That's why I've always thought, and from the beginning, it just would be easier to pivot into Doom. That way you don't even bring Kang up, which to be fair would not have been an option if the last thing we saw was the Ant-Man post-credit scene. But considering what happened at the end of Loki Season 2, I think is one of the more explainable plot holes in the MCU, considering all the stuff that they've screwed up in the last 2 to 3 years. Now, the only other thing I want to touch on is a report from the end of last week where anonymous Twitter scoopster weighed in, My Time to Shine Hello, and said that they were going to use turning Kang into the Beyonder as the explainer for the recast. But then I would offer in just light conjecture, why even do that at all? Why can't we just cast someone as the Beyonder and have the Beyonder not be a variant of Kang? I don't understand why that needs to be tied together. I didn't like it when I first had to report on it earlier in the year. The only reason I came around on that theory was I really liked Jonathan Majors' work, especially in what he did in Loki Season 2. And again, it just seems absolutely ludicrous looking back on this year that Ezra Miller got to stay the Flash after everything that they did, but negligent misdemeanors was enough to officially drop Jonathan Majors as Kang. You guys have brought up 2 points here at the channel over the last week. The first of which was that clause that was reported that no other version of Kang could be cast in the MCU other than Jonathan Majors. That was reported a couple of months ago. I assure you there would have been some sort of clause in there to make exceptions for something like this. And the second thing is, a lot of you have asked in the comments about any possibility of something, say, similar to what happened with James Gunn happening with Jonathan Majors, where he's fired and then brought back. James Gunn, same thing, was fired off of directing Guardians of the Galaxy and then was brought back officially to do so after some time. I'd love to be optimistic that that's actually, there's a chance of that happening, but I just don't think that these two cases are congruent in the fact that that was sort of an immediate reaction with James Gunn, and I think they learned from that instance and didn't make a reaction or an official announcement to Jonathan Majors until the trial had taken place, even though we all know, and based on how speedy they were with that announcement via the Hollywood trades, that they had lined that up and for quite some time. But guys, you let me know all your thoughts down below as it applies to two things. The first of which, if they are going to recast Kang, which actor you got to take him? I know that a lot of people have already started making concept art. Denzel Washington has been out there. I think Denzel Washington would be an amazing cast. I don't think Denzel Washington would want anything to do with this role. You guys let me know who you would have take the role of Jonathan Majors as Kang, and do you agree with me that if they do the Beyonder, they should just leave the Beyonder one of the race of Beyonders? There's no reason to tie those characters together. I just don't get it. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff. All right. We are still giving away PlayStations at the channel. If you missed this morning's video, we actually have a brand new winner for the What If finale. Sorry, my editor left it out of yesterday's video, but we put it in the intro to today's video. We also have another one to give away when Echo goes live in just about a week or so, just over a week on Disney+. I am unsure about the watch parties for that. As I said in this morning's video, I do not know what time it's going to drop, and considering it's a 5-hour commitment at the very least, well, some of the episodes are about a half an hour, considering that it's a huge commitment, we'll see. As long as they're putting it out at 9 p.m., it's a possibility. If they drop that thing at 3 in the morning, I'll just stick to an Easter egg breakdown. Either way, if you want to be entered to winner for any of the future giveaways, all you got to do, hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name Allfires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.